Hello! Let's dive into this week quick recap of the best performing biotech stocks. Some of them shot up by 400%. Let's see what happened and what we can learn from it. It will be a fast recap today because I don't have much time. Welcome to Taxi Biotech, a show to keep up with the latest news and updates from the world of biotechnology and to learn about its impact on the stock market. The stock data I present here is just a reflection of how companies or the clinical trials are progressing and does not constitute any investment recommendations. This is purely for entertainment. One of the top performing bio stock this week was Soligenix with a time charge more than 300%, closing the week with just a $9 million market cap. Why? Oh, yes! This week, yes, this time there was some solid scientific data. They presented results for their drug SGX 945 for the treatment of Behçet disease, and the data showed equivalence to the currently unapproved used drug. Here in this graph, you can see that. Soligenix drug offers some advantages. It doesn't need to be administered daily, and it may have better side effects profiles because the current standard treatment comes with a lot of side effects. What can we learn here? Look, back on July 8th, they presented this press release and they announced that they would present results of this molecule in Q3, here highlighted in yellow. And they say that they had already shown promising data in another disease that is mechanistically related. And sure enough, on the very first day of Q3, they delivered the data. Here they say that they estimate a 200 million opportunity for this molecule, even though the current competitor generates 2.4 billion annually. Obviously, this is because it's used in other similar diseases as well. Disease that Soligenix is also targeting with similar drug candidates. Those are still under investigation, of course. Soligenix has several drugs that work in a similar way for different conditions. For instance, SGX 942 also had positive results in the past, way back in 2016, when they announced these positive results. And if we go back to the chart here in the market cap line, we go back to that 2016 date, and we can see that their market cap then was 20 million. Today, however, it's only 9 million here. So, are we looking at an undervalued company? These two drugs that we're talking about have been granted fast track designation. And what's next? Here in the same press release in July 8th, they say that it has that they will present data for another molecule targeting psoriasis in Q4 2025. And they've said the same as they say when they talk about Behçet disease here in yellow, but they say the same here in green for Q4 2025. They say that it has prior biological activity and early stage positive clinical results. However, it's true, and the negative thing is that they don't have enough cash to finish this year. The research and development spending isn't very high, but they'll need funding before 2026. Let's see how they will manage these stock offerings. Next company with 140% increase is Replimune. Just 2 weeks ago, they got devastating news. Their biologics license application for one of their drugs was rejected. The stock plummeted 82% 82% here. 82%. This is biotech, my friends. A total disaster. But shortly after, here, the stock jumped 140%. It's because Vinay Prasad from the Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research, who's been quite controversial lately, resigned from his position. Investors believe his opposition heavily influenced the decision to reject the drug. With him out, there is a chance the decision could be reconsidered. Replimune asked for a meeting with the FDA in 30 days. If they release a press release about this date, maybe we can see some action here. On Twitter, on X, people have been rampant suggesting that Daniel was mostly due to this person that we are talking about. You can see how science can sometimes be subjective, depending on who's interpreting the data. A drug can be seen as effective or not worth approving. And lastly, Celcuity up 200%. Why? Science again, science rocks. They presented fantastic data in hormone-sensitive HER2-negative breast cancer using a triple combo therapy, including their molecule. Celcuity market cap is quite big, just 1 billion. And I didn't have time to analyze this case in depth, so I leave that as homework for you and that we can learn everyone. So, this is all for today. See you next time.